For Wii U fans everywhere, the hourglass is running out. The final death nail in the Wii U's coffin will be when the Wii U eShop closes in March 2023. But coming up very soon, the Wii U eShop ends credit card support everywhere on May 23rd of 2022. The time is now. If there's ever been anything you want on the Wii U eShop, you better kick your ass into gear and scoop up the games that you want on the eShop before it's too late. Today we dive into the NES Virtual Console on the Wii U. Yes, there are tons of ways to play NES games in 2022, but at $4.99 a pop, are there some dingers that you need to get before the eShop closes? Stay tuned.
WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and I want you to check out Gaming Off the Grid, tough guy.
By now, I gotta assume you have heard somewhere that the Wii U eShop is closing. Maybe you heard it right here. We are coming up though. We're 2 weeks out from credit card support in the United States being done. It's been done in other regions for a while.
Yeah, but in the United States, it's going to be closed May 23rd, 2022. And we've been saying in all these episodes that this probably is where 80% of the people are going to stop getting on the eShop because it's more hoops to jump through. So we're doing this mini-series where we're jumping into like the different virtual consoles on the Wii U and comparing prices. What they are on the Wii U eShop and then what they are for a loose or CIB price.
Yep.
And some of the differences are insane. And I know it's digital versus physical and all these other, but still.
I just think it kind of dives into the value that can be had in this particular instance. And this is the price spread that I guess at one time I was expecting that digital consoles would offer. I was not envisioning a day where a game at retail price or whatever would come out at the same price digital.
Yeah, that's so stupid. That's a different episode.
We don't like digital games for the most part. Look around us, right? But when you're talking this low of a barrier of entry, it kind of makes sense if it's a console that you can play on. Now, before we dive into these NES games, that's what we're talking about today, by the way. The Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo's home console that started it all. If you were born in the 80s or around in the 90s, odds are you have played this console. We're well aware that in 2022, there are several ways to play NES games. I mean, we had the official emulation box from Nintendo with the NES Classic. There's several computer emulators. You got RetroPies, so on and so forth. You can play them on your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and I think there's NES games on people's phones now. Like, NES games are everywhere. We get that. But if you're not a person that does emulation, or if you're not a person that hacks your consoles, or you don't have those other things, and you have a Wii U, this is a great way to get your NES fix for pretty freaking cheap. And a lot of these games, I think, are must-plays. Some of them, maybe not so much, but it's just really cheap way to get into the retro scene.
Yeah, and I think if you're not one of those people that has a RetroPie, modded consoles, etc., the value here is that very few of the games we're going to talk about, actually none of the games we're going to talk about, were on the NES Classic.
Yeah, none of them.
Which is an easily modded console, but everybody that I know with one doesn't have it modded.
Ours are, but
there's a few people that I know that are on YouTube or hardcore gamers. Yeah, it's modded, but and then only a couple of these are on the Switch online.
Yes.
So
which, you know, that's always being updated, so these might get added later. There's some rumors about a couple of these that are coming to the Switch, but they're not on there today as of filming. So let's jump in with number 10, Clue Clue Land. This game is available on the NES app for the Switch.
Yep.
This is not a game that I would recommend to people. It's fine. I just think it's kind of boring. But on the Wii U eShop, it's $4.99 loose. This game was $46.74. And CIB for Clue Clue Land, $314.
Yeah, I remember when this game got announced for the Switch, I was like, really?
Yeah, you're like,
who's out there excited for Clue Clue Land?
It's fine.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's not a draw. It's not bring people to the stadium type of good game. But the next game on the list is.
Yes.
And it's a game that a lot of people, I feel like, have overlooked. And there's a few games from this same developer on this list. This is a Natsume game, and I may be saying that wrong, but this is Shadow of the Ninja.
Oh.
This game is so good that I actually had a conversation with our close friend Dan a few nights ago. Do you think this game can compete with Ninja Gaiden? Because I think it can, and I'm a pretty big Ninja Gaiden. This game is awesome.
This game is out there, and a lot of people don't talk about it. This game is available on the Switch NES app, so that's really nice. But if you don't have a Switch and you have a Wii U, It's a great way to get into it. It's $4.99 on the Wii U eShop. This game is $66.88 loose and $321.91 CIB. Now, we are getting our numbers from PriceCharting.com in case you are wondering, and we know it's not the most accurate.
It's a good source, though.
It's a good source to an eyeball, you know?
It gets you into the ballpark.
Yeah, and comparing that, 66 to $5, this is a great way to do Shadow the Ninja. It's a badass game.
And this game's got kind of new life. It got one of those officially licensed Natsume re-releases via limited run games, which
sweet.
I missed the order on this one. I did get the scat that they put out, foreshadowing maybe something we'll talk about later, but I did not get the copy of this. But this is a game I am coveting to own physically, don't currently. So the way that I play it is either on the Switch or the Wii U. That's just how it goes.
There's a lot of ninjas in our list. Moving on to the next ninja. What's a ninja? Moving on to the next ninja, Little Ninja Brothers. This game is not available on the Switch. It's only available on the Wii U eShop or NES.
Yeah.
It's $4.99 on the Wii U eShop, $86.45 loose, and $246.51 CIB for Little Ninja Brothers.
Yeah, this game's, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's better than Clue Clue Land, but it's still just fine.
I'm not saying this is a bad game. I've never played through this game, so I can't really give it like a yay or a nay. But at this point in my life, I'm not looking for NES JRPGs or action RPGs or RPGs. I don't have the time. I didn't really get into RPGs till Super Nintendo, and at this point in my life, I'm not seeking out RPGs unless it's like Persona, because I'm pretty big fan of that series. But
I'm not going to seek out Little Ninja Brothers.
Yeah.
But you know a game I will seek out is Ninja Gaiden 3. We have it on the table right here.
Yeah.
Amazing game. The Ninja Gaiden series is fantastic. But on the Wii U eShop, this game is $4.99. Loose, $110, and CIB $330.53. An amazing game.
It is. I love all three Ninja Gaidens. I don't love 2 and 3 as much as I love 1. It could just be Ninja Gaiden was a game that I didn't own as a kid, but was in heavy rotation of the games that I rented as a kid. And so I don't know if it's the nostalgia or what. I never connected with 2 and 3.
You just like the first one.
I got them later in life when I started collecting video games, played through them. Love the games. 3 is fire. Doesn't surprise me it's going for $110 for just a loose copy. But if you were just like sitting here like, where do I start Ninja Gaiden? Just play the first one.
Yeah.
The first one's really good. And then read your own mail from there. We even get into 3-dimensional games later on in like Gen 6 that are actually pretty freaking good.
Those Ninja Gaidens are badass.
So, awesome series that I think a lot of people only remember it as NES, which is what we're talking about today. But Ninja Gaiden 3 is a hammer.
Now moving on to a really unique game on the Wii U eShop, and that's Euphoria the Saga. This is a PAL region-only game.
Yeah.
So it's not available on the Switch. Unless you get this imported, it's only available in the PAL regions. This is a Sunsoft platformer game that is really freaking good, and the music in this game is incredible.
This game's heavily regarded. A lot of people say it's one of the better NES games. I have only dabbled with it because it's a PAL region game. It did not strike me with that, holy shit, I definitely want to keep playing this. It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
The music's good. It gives you those NES vibes. I wasn't as... From what I was reading, I guess I was expecting to be a little more blown away, especially being Sunsoft. You guys know Sunsoft in the NES era. I mean, you got the little gremlins. You got the Batman. What? Throwing his little batarang. A lot of great Sunsoft games. This one was okay.
I think this might be one of those games that, like, just because it was only available in PAL regions, people put it on this pedestal. Yeah. You know, maybe like Scott Pilgrim, you know, because you couldn't get it.
That's what it feels like. It feels to me, it feels to me like it's being pilgrimized.
It's still good, and this is a great way to try it if you've never heard of it, because I had never heard of it until we made this list. I had fun with it. It's $4.99 on the Wii U eShop. This game is $97.39 loose and $189.69 CIB. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Now moving on to Gargoyle's Quest 2. This is an action-adventure, side-scrolling, kind of an overhead, top-down look for like the map overworld. It's pretty cool.
I think this is a game a lot of people miss. This is a Capcom game.
Yep.
And it's in the Ghosts and Goblins universe. A lot of people know Demon's Crest on PS2, although it's kind of expensive, and I know Demon's Crest. Woo, woo, woo. I want to fly around my little gargoyle
that
boy.
Game's incredible.
But our boy was around on the NES, and here it is in Gargoyle's Quest 2. A fun game, a little stiff.
Oh, dude, super stiff.
If you became a fan of him, during, he probably has a name, during the Super Nintendo, and you go back to it, it's kind of like, But if you're a fan of the Ghosts and Goblins series, or franchise, series, whatever, this is a one you want to play.
Once you get past the controls,
Yeah.
it's fine. But dude, I kept saying the first time I was playing, I was like, dude, this is so stiff.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a few blue pills.
Yeah, a lot of. He's rock hard. But on the Wii U shop, this game is $4.99. Loose $135.39, and then CIB $312.22.
Getting up there.
For Gargoyle's Quest 2. Now we're gonna lump 4 games together.
Bonus content.
So on the Wii U, Mega Man 1 through 6 is offered. We're gonna talk about Mega Man 1, 4, 5, and 6 because those are the most expensive out of the 6. And what's cool about the Mega Man games is there's rumors that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, NES Online. But it's not there yet. So if you want to get your Mega Man fix, this is a good way to do it cheap on the Wii U. So I'm just going to go through the order from cheapest to most expensive. Mega Man 4, $4.99 in the Wii U shop, $43.30 loose, $299.44 CIB. Mega Man 6, $4.99 in the Wii U shop, $59.95 and $288.65 CIB. The first Mega Man game, $4.99 on the Wii U shop, $84.51 loose and $812.49 CIB.
That's crazy.
Holy crap, over $800 for that. And then Mega Man 5, $4.99 on the Wii U shop, $135.60 loose, and $560.03 CIB. Dude, some of the Mega Man games are crazy expensive.
Yeah, good old
we almost have a full set.
We do. Good old Mega Man 5's the only one that's eluding us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
But we'll get it someday. Big fan of the Mega Man series. Ironically, the best one of the NES games, my humble opinion, of course, is 2. And
it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. But anyway, well, more people probably bought it. So.
Yeah. What? It's cool that it's on there, and it's dude. Some of these are super expensive.
And I look back at like the Mega Man series. I kind of feel like maybe they did too much too soon.
Yeah, 6 on the NES.
Did we need 6 Mega Man games on one console? Come on.
I mean,
man.
I think they kind of learned their lesson because they put out 6.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they didn't, because then they went into Mega Man, whatever, Mega Man X. Never mind. I'm going to retract this
Mega Man.
Because in the mainline series, we're only at 11 now.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, but never mind. They've done way too much.
As a Mega Man fan, it even ties my head in knots, but 6 games on the NES, whatever.
They're good games.
I'm guessing, though, that sales at a certain point, after Mario 3, they didn't do 4, 5, and 6, You got
to change it to Mega Man World, guys. Come on.
Something.
Now moving on to a fantastic game that we just got loose. So freaking cool, and that's Scat. This game, super cool, is available on the Switch NES app, which is awesome because it's a super expensive game. It's a fantastic game. I love Scat. $4.99 on the Wii U shop, $160.60 loose, and $299 CIB.
Yeah, this game is another Natsume game. We had already referred to that developer back with Shadow of the Ninja. This is one of my favorite shooters on the NES.
Dude, it's incredible.
A side-scrolling shooter, but you can shoot forward, you can shoot back. It's co-op. You can do co-op, and you're not a spaceship, so it's
you're a person. You're a human being.
It's almost in a way I've always thought of it, even from back when I was a kid. I've always thought like it was Contra Met Gradius, like a shooter. But you're these people with like guns that kind of remind you of something you'd have in a running gun. But don't get it twisted. This has no running gun elements.
No.
This is just a straight up shooter. It's a shooter, and it's awesome, and it's unique, and it's beautiful, and it doesn't do any weird, confusing shit where I don't know where I need to go.
It's so good. They did do a limited run release of this, which is pretty cool. So if you got that, it's available. It's on the Wii U eShop. It is on the Switch. I know there's 1,000 ways to play it, but Scat, incredible.
This is one of those games. There's a few of them on this list, but Scat,
highly recommend.
I don't give a shit how you play it. Just find a way to play it.
Dude, it's so good.
Learn the patterns, live the patterns.
This next game, I don't think I would recommend unless you're a young child trying to learn math.
Yeah, I have a weird affinity for it. It is kind of
really.
It's kind of fun because I used to play number munchers in school.
Okay.
And so this is kind of fun. I would not pay what this game is going for, though.
And that's Donkey Kong Jr. Math. It's cool. I like the idea. It's fun for 2 levels. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to use my brain that much. I want to play video games.
Yeah.
But Donkey Kong Jr. Math on the Wii U eShop is $4.99. Loose, $179.84. And guys, for Donkey Kong Jr. Math, this game's CIB is $2,421.10. almost 2,500 bones. CIB here.
I think it's a very unique idea. I think if you've got a kiddo at home and you want to bridge that gap of, hey, you want to learn some math and play some video games, oh, hell yeah. That's what Number Munchers did for me in school. I became so good at math because of that video game. And honestly, if I had a floppy disk with little Number Munchers on it, I'd pop it into the computer right now. Actually, I wouldn't because we don't have a floppy disk slot.
We should get a slot. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's a big problem about this game room. But nonetheless, Donkey Kong Jr. Math, for that price, I think it'd be fun. If you have a Wii U, and a lot of people that I've heard or talked to, they're like, oh, my kids love playing the Wii U. Get them a little Donkey Kong Jr. Math so they can get their learn on.
Get their brain sharp.
Get their Albert Einstein on.
For way cheap.
Video games.
$5. Yeah. It's pretty fun. Unless you're an adult and you're like, let's move on. Yeah. Speaking of moving on, we got to move on to the last game in our list. Mighty Final Fight.
Badass game. Art style very similar to kind of the Double Dragon games on the NES. But yeah, I mean, I think most people know this is a banger on the NES. Not a lot.
Insane.
Again, NES fans, I think everybody knows what this game is. But big fan of the game. Big fan of the Final Fight series in general. I do kind of prefer the latter editions, but it's a good game nonetheless. It's a banger. Loose. $276. You're probably at conventions, you're walking around, you're seeing this game 300 plus.
Yeah, probably.
CIB, it's kind of nudging up there close to $1,895 CIB.
Oh my god, it's just freaking insane, dude. Some of these prices are absolutely insane, but almost $280 for Mighty Final Fight, $5 in the Wii U eShop. I think, dude, $5 all day long. I get, dude, we've been getting a lot of comments on this series. Oh, well, it's emulation. Well, dude, once I get it off the Wii U eShop, I put it on the Switch. Well, dude, it's $5 and you can play these games that maybe you didn't have access to or maybe you don't have. It's just a great, easy access for people for casual gamers. Yeah, That's what we're trying to say.
I think the difference in this specific episode from like some of the other ones we've done were like the DS, for instance. To me, the DS is best played, the games that you can anyway, play on the Wii U eShop or download, is best played on the Wii U. Like, that's like urgency. You need to do this because it's way better, at least for me, my opinion, playing on a TV as opposed to the small.
And it's the 2-screen, it's so awesome.
Yeah, 2-screen, tablets bottom, the TV's the top screen. So that would be more of an urgency. This is read your own mail. A lot of people have many ways to play NES games. It's not like you got to go out and buy these. This is more just an awareness. Like, hey, clock is ticking. If you ever wanted to just load your Wii U and not mod it, because you can mod it, and then you can load it that way too. We're well aware, so don't even go there in the comment section. Because
every time we mention it, there is someone that does.
Yeah, we know. But if you're just wanting to like, hey, you know what I thought about picking up Scat? You know, I want to try it out, and I don't want to go through that process. $4.99. The point is the opportunity's going away. Yeah. So if you ever did think that you wanted to grab some of these games, you better do it really freaking soon because the clock's ticking. We're not saying you have to go grab the games.
What's really cool about this episode in particular, they're NES games, so they take up a lot less space than other games. And what's really cool about the NES Virtual Console on the Wii U eShop is there's 91 NES games. We just talked about, 14 today?
Yeah.
There's 91. So
yeah, there's a fuck ton, and that's just that's a way above a shitload.
Yeah, fuck ton of shitload.
Yeah.
The list, there's a lot of really sweet NES. These are just the most expensive games we talked about today. So dive into the Wii U eShop. Even if it's not the NES, dive into the freaking Game Boy Advance. Dive into the TurboGrafx 16. There's so many cool virtual consoles on the Wii U eShop, guys.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
And the clock is ticking.
And if you're not interested, that's okay. Maybe you have other ways to play these games. It's just, I've said it, and I think every one of these, the last thing I want is somebody to be like, shit, I had no idea that it was closing, and I missed out on
that's why we're really kind of spamming you with these videos.
Yeah.
And I know some people might get annoyed, but we got a couple comments that are like, man, thank you for doing these, So
figured this out, didn't know about this.
Yeah, so that's all we're trying to do is raise awareness. Let's talk about this beer.
Yeah, so we picked this up at Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We were up there last weekend. By the time you see this, it'll be one full weekend ago. And we picked this up at the Central Waters location in the Pabst Brewing District. And we picked it up on release day. We were actually late to the convention because we stopped in there the night before. They said, hey, we have a special release.
Coming out tomorrow morning.
You should come back tomorrow morning.
So we went back.
You bet your ass.
Dude.
We did.
What's really cool is the last time we were in Milwaukee in the Pabst Brewing District, which I think is my favorite area in Milwaukee, dude. The Pabst Brewing District. Oh,
it's awesome.
I love the vibe of that whole area.
Yep.
But this is not about that. But Central Waters is a new location in the area, dude. They were, what, 8 months, 6 months?
Last time we were there was 18 or 19.
Yeah, 19.
So, and it wasn't there.
Dude,
so.
But so cool because we love Central Waters. We've done a lot of their beers on the channel. They're incredible. This is their second location in Wisconsin. Yeah. And wow, this beer is incredible.
Yeah, it's really good. It's the B&E's Trees Butter Pecan Maple Stout, Imperial Stout aged in maple syrup barrels.
Wow.
Yeah. Very buttery.
Very buttery, dude. Very smooth. Very creamy.
Yeah, it's divine. It really, like, when you're looking at barrel-aged stouts, like, what else would you want, right? I could have used a little bit more of, like, maybe a little, like, butter pecan, like, cookie coming through, like, you know, that flavor of those butter pecan.
Oh yeah, so a little
Sunday,
bit more
pecan sundaes or whatever they're called. Yeah, a little bit, but other than that, this beer is super well balanced. When you're looking at barrel-aged stuff, it checks so many boxes. It's not too. Sometimes you get that alcohol burn. There's a little here, and you want some of that in your barrel-aged stuff.
Yeah, because it's showing you that you're a man.
Yeah. But you don't want it to dominate the flavor profile. I think the best thing that can be said about this is how well balanced it is. It is very balanced. It's a very, very well done. Warrants a limited release, hard to find brew.
So good, dude. This is my third time having it in a week.
Yeah.
That's how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, this is so good. It's so creamy. It's so smooth. Dude, the nose of it is so, like, so mapley.
Yeah.
So this is so full-bodied, and this is definitely one of those beers that's like you sip on it for like an hour.
For
it's
sure.
Casual. You really, like, when you take a sip of it, you let it dance around for a little bit, and then you swallow it. Like, it's so good.
Any cigar fans out there, this would be a great beer to pair with a
would.
cigar. I'm trying to think right now what I would grab with it. I'd probably grab like a Rocky Patel Decade or Rocky Patel Edge, maybe an Alec Bradley Prensado. Something like that I think would go very well with this. I think it is worth noting, and I don't know if you said it, I don't think either one of us did, the nose on this beer is amazing.
Yeah, the maple.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
so
really, really good, and there is some of that buttery pecan scent coming through. We don't usually put reviews on scales, we just bullshit about the beer, but I would give this probably a 9.5. Yeah, 9.25 to a 9.5 out of 10.
I was thinking a 9.5. This is so good.
It's very good.
The story behind on how he got it too doesn't necessarily add to it, but does add to it.
Yeah.
Because it was so cool, and we were just happened to be there. But man, this beer, this is one of the best stouts I've had in a long time, and it's summertime, or almost summertime. It's nice out. I don't want a barrel-aged stout, but I do.
Yeah, I think for me, if I hadn't had the other version that came out, so this is the butter pecan maple. We just have the regular maple. I just wish, and they're both great, I just wish this one had a little more variation on it. I wish that butter pecan was a little more dominant. I feel like that's not the flavor forward profile. That's kind of the cascading flavor once it kind of settles in.
But you're nitpicking, dude. You're nitpicking.
9.5 barrel-aged stout. This thing is hammer. It's so close to being like world class that I'm kind of, getting excited. And that was one of the longer beer reviews we've ever done.
Yeah, it is. Central Waters, guys. We talk about them a lot on the channel. They're so good. You know what else is so good? The NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System. It is freaking phenomenal. 91 games on the Wii U eShop. Check them out if you haven't. The Wii U eShop card support ends May 23rd, 2022, like 2 weeks from now. So get on there if you haven't, and if you're watching this and you don't care, thank you, but
I think it's worth noting. All this digital space stuff, be very careful, right? We're telling you that this is more informative than anything. More informative and a call to action if you ever thought you wanted to play these. But you gotta understand, you download this, all you own is the digital file, so you better have a hard drive that you can back this stuff up on, because as of now, the original Nintendo Wii, you cannot get back on and re-download old games. Yep. They've said it's coming back online, they're doing some maintenance.
No, they aren't.
I don't know.
Why would they bring it back?
But as long as your Wii U is working and these are downloaded and stored on the console or an external hard drive into the console, you're safe. System fails, though. The long play is they may disappear forever from your console as well.
But they're only $5 a pop.
They're little drops in the bucket.
I guess that adds up, but like, if you think about that, maybe don't go to Subway one day and get scat.
Yeah.
For the same price.
If you offered me a $5 footlong right now or scat.
Well, it depends on what day you're offering it to me, but I would 6 out of 7 of the days I'd take scat.
Yeah, I'd say 7 out of 7 of the days. But hey, what can you do? Anyways, we appreciate you tuning in, subscribing to the channel, and 2 weeks. 2 weeks credit card support is done on the Wii U eShop. Read your own mail. If that means something to you, take action. If it doesn't, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time, right here on the one and only Gaming Off the Grid. Yeah, so we picked this up when we were at Mo Game Con.
Midwest Gaming Classic.
Yes.
Filming. So let's jump in to these with the number. So let's
I think it's like, kind of like, oh
my
almost
God.
just buckled, dude.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, dude. Oh. I don't know, I was just squatting down and like looking and like kind of leaning, and I just heard like a, and I
heard it?
Yeah, like I maybe it was a feel or a hear, but I felt like I heard like a little, and I literally was like, and I didn't outwardly, and I just fell, and I caught myself with my hand, and I was squatted down, so it wasn't like a, you know.
Jesus.
And dude,
Christ.
I had to like immediately stand up, and I was like, holy shit. You wanna have some pecans with me, dude?
Yeah.
Gonna like the pecan pie.
Dude, the fucking nose is so good.
Oh, it's fucking. Dude, have you ever seen a movie called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man?
You don't always die from tobacco. Sometimes you just lose a lung. Oh, you don't always die from tobacco. Sometimes they just snip out your tongue. And you won't sing worth a heck with a big hole in your neck.
'Cause you don't always die from tobacco.